Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a great day. So I look kind of crazy right now because I've literally just wiped off all of my base makeup. Everything. I only have my eyebrows and eye makeup left on. I have done this because I'm going to be doing the mixing all of my foundations together video. Now I saw Sapphire Nagard. This is her YouTube channel. You probably already know who she is. So I saw her do this video a couple of, I think it was weeks or months back, and then recently Laura Lee uploaded her version of the video where she mixed all her foundations together. So I thought I would try and do my foundations. So I only have 15 foundations. They are all in here. These are all the foundations I own. I do have one powder foundation, but I'm not going to include that because this is just for liquids. So basically, if you're not familiar, you probably are, but if you're not familiar with this kind of thing, you basically mix like a pump or like half pump of every single one of your foundations you own, mix them all together and then apply them to your face, and it's meant to be like your perfect, like amazing foundation, from what other people have said. So I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna do a whole pump of each of my foundations. I'm only gonna do like a half pump maybe, because I don't want to waste my foundations. I've bought all this myself and I don't just want to pump out loads of foundation onto a little plate and waste it all. So I'll only do about half a pump or like half a squirt of each of my foundations, and then I'm going to apply it to my face, and then I will see how it looks, and then I'll do a check-in with you guys a couple of hours later just to let you know like if it's long wearing, if it's gone shiny, if it's like gone patchy or anything. I have this little dish I'm going to be pumping all my foundations onto, so if you're interested to see what this turns out like, please like the video and please subscribe to my channel, and let's get into the video. So this is a bit of a weird setup, but I want you to be able to see me pumping everything onto this little dish here. It's nice and clean and sanitary, so I think I'm just gonna start out with pumping all my foundations in. So I'm going to mix these all together. So this is what it looks like in the dish. This is my 15 different foundations mixed together. So let's put that on my face. Right, so I'm just going to use the mixing brush just to apply it to my face. Ooh, it is cold. I feel like a scientist doing experiments. This is so fun. It's definitely quite light, which isn't a bad thing really because I'm quite pale, so. Okay, so I'm just going to use this flat top brush just to buff it all in. I believe this is the sort of brush that Laura Lee used to buff hers in, and it turned out quite nice, so I'm going to try and use this brush. I don't really tend to do my eye makeup and eyebrows first before foundation, so it's kind of weird for me to try and apply it around my eyebrows. Now that is mostly all spread around and things, I'm just going to use a damp beauty sponge just to buff it in, pat it in, and soak it in with my skin. Actually, not that bad. It's quite a good match for me. I think it is a little bit orange. A little bit, well, not orange, just a little bit darker than my natural skin colour, which I don't mind because I want to be a bit more tan. I mean, it's quite like a semi-matte sort of finish. It's got a little bit of a glow to it, which I don't mind. It is rather full coverage, so I must say that's probably the double wear. I'm going to add a little bit more just under my eyes just to see if it could act like a concealer, and I'm going to put a bit more on like any red spots and blemishes just to see if it's buildable. Actually not a bad foundation. It is quite full coverage. It's not made me look cakey just yet, which is quite nice. And it has considerably covered up my bags under my eyes quite nicely as well. Although it has started to crease in my lines and under my eyes, which, you know, it doesn't matter because every single foundation does that to me unless I set it. So that's completely irrelevant really. It's actually a really nice foundation. It's not matte in the middle of dewy and matte. What's that, semi-matte? I don't know. But it's not matte. The colour is quite good. I mean, I could go out looking like this. Like, I could go out with this foundation on. This is really interesting, actually. This is so interesting. I do normally strive to have matte foundations. So I'm wondering if like the Chanel one and the Lancome cushion foundation has made it go a bit more dewy because they're a bit more natural and like dewy looking foundations. So I wonder if they're the ones that are making it go dewy, but I'm not mad at it. I quite like it. I quite like it. I keep looking at myself in the mirror like... And just to point out as well, I didn't put any primer on at all because I wanted to see if this mixture of my foundations could stand alone without a primer sticking it to my face. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how long it lasts. What do you guys think? I think it's quite a nice foundation. On my nose especially, I love the way it sits on my nose. I have some trouble with my nose because I have some enlarged pores on my nose and they're not the nicest. And to be fair, some foundations sit in my nose pores and around here, but this one, it's actually kind of just like glazed on top of them, and they haven't even got a primer either, so it's doing good. This is what it looks like now with just nothing on, just the foundation, and I will check back in with you in a couple of hours just to see if it's lasted. Hello, welcome back. It's been about 4 hours now since I have had the foundation on. I look a bit different because I've done another video, so just ignore that. So it's been about 4 hours now, and I have to say the foundation has held up quite well. I have got a little bit of creasing around my mouth area, and my nose has started to get a little bit shiny. You can sort of see when I move like the shine, and it's not just my highlighter, let's just say. Obviously under my eyes have creased, they always do. And I'm starting to get a bit shinier on my forehead. A little bit of my redness here is starting to peep through, which is not too bad. It's barely there, you can barely notice it. The other makeup products that I have on my face have actually sat on my face quite nicely on top of the foundation, so I'm quite pleased with that. But no, I think it looks quite nice considering I've had it on for 4 hours now. It's creased a little bit on my mouth, but that's because I've got an expressionate person, so it's bound to happen. So that's not too bad. No, overall I think mixing all my 15 foundations together is quite an experiment, and it's actually worked because it looks quite nice on my skin. So thumbs up. It's good. So I'm not going to be checking in anymore because I'm starting to lose the sunlight now. It's 4:30. It has been on for a good 4 hours, so I feel like I've worn it well. I've been cleaning and like doing physical things, etc, etc, so I have been putting it to the test and it has held up quite nicely. So I'm not going to do another check-in because I'm losing the light and you won't be able to see after this. So thank you all so much for watching my little experimental video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I would really appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up and you subscribed to my channel. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!